There's plenty of shows in Las Vegas tonight, but we've got the hottest ticket in town. So let's welcome the Ravens and the Raiders to the stage. Next on Monday Night Primetime.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
First of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, a pretty darn good one. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
The best numbers that Lamar Jackson possesses is that his team wins the vast majority of games that he starts at quarterback. But in addition, 2,900 yards rushing in his career. They know how to build around him and play to his strengths.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Jackson to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
And a good catch there by Mark Andrews. And many think that paired with Lamar Jackson, they may be the best quarterback-tight end combo this side of Mahomes and Kelsey.
Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the option, Jackson will keep it. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Play action. Now Jackson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second down. Here's an option right. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
And one of the things that I think that Derek Carr has really improved in doing since college, his ability to stay in the pocket, things swirling around him, find the right guy, and deliver the ball with accuracy. Derek Carr has great touch when he throws the football.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Rolling to his right. And this is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he'll be out right at the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. In to make the stop, Patrick Queen, the linebacker, the Ravens' leading tackler in 2020. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, now Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A man who has done this a lot, Justin Houston, in there to record the sack. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. First downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And this one is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy. Maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So that one will be accepted. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And some space here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw is Carr. Pass caught by Ruggs, middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43.
Henry Ruggs was the first wide receiver taken in the draft a year ago, and he absolutely fit the Raiders' profile of speed, speed, speed. Didn't have the immediate impact that they had hoped, just 26 catches. Hoping to up his game in 2021. He makes a nice catch there.
Carr able to find Ruggs. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calais Campbell on the stop. 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Here's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Again, it's Carr. Quickly into the hands of Waller. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
2nd down and goal. Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller there to make the grab. As his guys are on the board first here tonight.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return is Duvernay. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On second down, it's Murray. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's got one of the strongest arms in the league. Some people may say the strongest, but that can also have a downside occasionally, and here he's intercepted.
Yeah, when we talk about strong arms, being able to throw it deep downfield doesn't necessarily take the strongest. It takes more of the timing type of a quarterback. And it's great to be able to take your shot, but when it hangs up there just a bit too long, you put it in jeopardy. And in this case, it was intercepted.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? It's certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now, Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Open man, that's Renfro. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Counter play with Jacobs. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And he will find his man Ruggs. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They run the counter. It's Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
No tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The third most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We may look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Marquise Brown is definitely a guy who can take the top off of a defense and make the big catches downfield. Also known as Hollywood, now in his third season from Oklahoma, wants to make more catches like the one we just saw there, the routine variety.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw again is Jackson. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. To throw is Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Open man Watkins. Touchdown Baltimore. Sammy Watkins. 29 yards. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down.
He's got a man. Complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
On play action, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them. The final shot here before half for Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the 1st half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they grabbed the lead just before half with a clock reading 0-0-0.
How about snatching things right at the end and grabbing a little bit of control? What a great way to go into the locker room. It's similar to a boxer flurrying in the last 30 seconds of a round and stealing the round. Great job.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Deshaun Watson, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half, and they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he's been effective and they're winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent. And, of course, the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball, too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Right back to Drake. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And this will be caught by Edwards. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And Brian Edwards, the 3rd of 3 high draft picks the Raiders used on receivers last year, if you count Lynn Bowden. They got him in the 3rd round out of South Carolina. A big, strong, physical receiver. They expect more catches like the one we just saw there.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. He is out of bounds inside the 35. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 17.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before you get much out of it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. And this is incomplete. incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Carr, a handoff here to Drake. Just a yard on the first. So it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw his Carr. Caught out right by Renfro. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Carr going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, in a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Murray. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Latavius Murray unable to lower those shoulders and get the first. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Carr now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Edwards. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And now so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Carr. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A Raider 1st down, Carter Renfro. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Jacobs again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So that drive of 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return is Duvernay. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Jackson now. And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is Duvernay. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one who's looking for it. But it'll be 2nd down. Again, Jackson. And incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Open man Watkins. Touchdown, Baltimore. Sammy Watkins. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. An extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Finding Watkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Murray. A good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Murray. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And some room to work. Fights through him. Fighting his way through contact. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 59 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. They'll try and throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards. And now it's 2nd down. Carr going to throw here. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On play action, it's Carr. He'll bite, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one goes for 36 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. They'll roll him out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And once more to Ruggs, this time the catch made. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Bryan Edwards, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And Parker, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way the season has started out.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.